June 4, 1942. A new day begins in the central Pacific Ocean as Japanese squadrons rise from the decks of 4 aircraft carriers and head for Midway Island. This is the largest concentration of Japanese naval forces in the entire war. Their goal is to permanently deprive the United States of a fleet in the region. But let's assume the incredible. A ship of the 21st century appears on the horizon, completely out of line with the time. The USS Zumwalt is a 2016 stealth destroyer, weighing more than 15,000 tons, equipped with long-range missiles and sensors that can detect objects tens of kilometers away. How will the clash between the ultra-modern American ship and the Japanese Navy develop at the moment of its maximum power? Zumwalt is built using technologies that minimize its visibility to any means of detection. Its hull is shaped like a geometric structure, visible on radar no stronger than a motorboat, even despite its impressive size. There are 80 vertical launch shafts on board, ready to launch guided missiles capable of hitting targets at ranges inaccessible even to the largest ships of the time. SM-6 long-range interception missiles are used, which destroy aircraft at distances exceeding 240 kilometers. There are also Tomahawk-type cruise missiles flying at almost 1,700 kilometers. They are capable of hitting almost a specific object in urban conditions. For close-range defense, Zumwalt has ESM interceptors designed to repel torpedo, missile, and aviation attacks. 2 155mm guns were supposed to fire accurately at sea and land targets, but due to the high cost of shells, the program was curtailed. Now these are spare parts. The ship's main computing system is the Spy 3 multifunctional radar, which allows tracking hundreds of targets simultaneously and controlling all weapon systems in automatic mode. The 78-megawatt power plant ensures the operation of all electronic and combat systems, and the low acoustic profile makes the ship an extremely difficult target for submarines and torpedoes. In reality, the 1942 Zumwalt becomes a technological phenomenon. The Japanese Navy has at its disposal the best forces involved in the attack on Pearl Harbor. The aircraft carriers Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, and Hiryu carry 272 aircraft with trained pilots, have the battleship Yamato with the largest artillery systems of the time, and as well as numerous cruisers and destroyers. All Japanese tactics are based on a personally visible enemy, mechanical fire control, and the use of radars with extremely limited capabilities. The firing range of battleships and aircraft carriers does not exceed 40 kilometers, and targets are detected only visually. Zumwalt is able to attack them from distances where it can neither be noticed nor hit. At 4:30 a.m., the first Japanese airstrike rises from the decks. 108 planes are sent in a single formation to strike the American base. The Zumwalt radar easily detects them at long distances. The computing system instantly analyzes the threat and automatically selects the optimal method of interception. Destruction begins. The Japanese pilots are not yet aware of the existence of an enemy who is ready to shoot them down before they see the target. SM-6 take off into the sky at supersonic speed and eliminate the cars in turn. Instead of the usual battle, Japanese squadrons face complete uncertainty. Planes disappear for no apparent reason, and the enemy is inaccessible to visual and radar detection. In a panic, the pilots try to escape from the affected area. Some of them abruptly change altitude, building an attacking formation that turns into chaos. Zumwalt methodically works on targets until only a few surviving vehicles remain. On approach to Midway, the second wave of aviation discovers the same disaster: the loss of dozens of aircraft, the lack of visual contact with the enemy, the inability to strike. Admiral Nagumo urgently gives the command for a new mass raid. 170 planes are in the air again, but Zumwalt has already moved to intercept. Missiles continue to shoot down Japanese vehicles long before entering the attack zone. The crew of a modern destroyer shows composure. The entire attack is controlled from electronic panels, and the Japanese are powerless against an invisible enemy. With the destruction of the aviation advantage, Zumwalt begins to suppress the naval grouping. Tomahawk cruise missiles are launched based on the location of Japanese aircraft carriers. Their speed and trajectory make timely detection and protection impossible. The aircraft carriers, Akagi, Kaga, and Soryu, are hit and out of action. The explosions destroy fuel and ammunition reserves, and the ships cease to exist as combat units. However, the Zumwalt resource is limited. The number of ammunition and missiles is running out, and there is no access to satellite systems and upgraded logistics. The crew relies only on their own sensors and is able to repel attacks until the equipment starts to malfunction. The presence of Japanese submarines poses an additional threat. If one of them, such as the I-168, manages to approach unnoticed and launch a torpedo attack, the fate of the Zumwalt can be decided with a single shot. Despite its technological advantages, Zumwalt remains vulnerable to the errors and accidents inherent in any naval confrontation, especially out of time. If the operation is successful and the submarine is detected, the battle for Midway becomes the fastest and most unequivocal defeat of the Japanese fleet. Aircraft carriers are destroyed, most of the pilots are lost, and Japan's offensive capabilities are reduced to zero in a few hours. American losses are minimal. Zumwalt will write a new page in history as a phantom ship that appeared outside the era and allowed decades of technological achievements to be embodied in one battle.